It's always about hatred. Back then it was men drinking or violent. Then in 1950s it was men get all the good jobs and catcall us. They should be catcalled. I don't know why the hell we wouldn't. Here, let me pause, but not on the train tracks. First of all, yes, people who drink are often violent because most people are stupid and don't know how to handle their alcohol. I mean, look at Shaggy. Oh my god. I'm not trying to be mean to him. Shaggy is someone I want to consider a friend, but sometimes he needs to learn to understand where my expectations are of what I want for my life, okay? I do not want to be surrounded by all of the garbage he surrounds himself with. It's really ridiculous, okay? But look at Shaggy. Shaggy cannot handle his alcoholism. It's to such a level he's in rehab. Most people can't handle alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I don't like how it makes me feel. It doesn't help solve my problems. And yes, alcohol does not solve your problems. Neither does milk, realistically, okay? But all alcohol does is suppress your emotions. The same thing as doing cocaine or heroin or marijuana even. Alcohol is a stupid thing and is oftentimes used, and I think a lot of our main viewers could probably agree. I mean, most of our current ones probably do agree. Alcohol is a tool used by the weak to solve their problems in a sense that doesn't get us anywhere. Alcoholism and violence go hand in hand. So alcoholic, violent men, yes. But if you had a bunch of alcoholic women with the same attitude problems, yes, they'd be violent too. So that's always been a stupid ideology, right? Let's see. 1950s, his men get all the good jobs. Well, I'm sorry. We're a stronger sex. We might as well do this conversation now, and we'll clip it and make a segment for later. D-chat, take notes on when this happens so we can do that. Men do get the better jobs because we're a stronger species. Women are weaker because they bear children. Okay? And when you have that kind of fragility, yes, you are the weaker sex. That's simply a physical reality, okay? That does not mean you're any less important. Oh, remember, if women were to close the legs for 2 generations, there wouldn't be humanity after a point. You know what I mean? They have more power than they'll ever realize. But when it comes to the better jobs, well, yeah, men are meant to go to war when there's wars. We're meant to go on construction sites, put our lives on the line so you have a comfortable place to live. They pay more for those jobs because, honestly, why the fuck would they pay you more than those jobs to go sit behind a desk all day and read teleprompters to some guy saying, hey, would you like to buy our product? No one wants to do that. And it's not exactly a threatening career. They pay more based on the level of danger you're in front of. So yes, men are going to have the better jobs because we're designed for that. Assuming God is real, right? As for that last one, catcalling, we're supposed to. That's how you flirt. I mean, men and women go hand in hand. If we don't catcall to you, then who's going to tell you you're beautiful? If you're single and looking to mingle, that's what guys do. It's either that or you go to a bar and get drunk and make a mistake or regret for the rest of your life. And, oh, look, he knocked me up when I was under the influence of alcohol. No, it's better to catcall. Because then, you know, oh, he thinks I'm awesome. Maybe I'll go get his number. That's what catcalling is for. For some reason, all men are rapists, which I don't know where the fuck that stupid... Actually, no. It came from these same idiots, actually. Let's see. D-Chat says, then in 2010s, it was me have gross hobbies, sexualize female characters in games, and won't date me indiscriminately. Yeah, well, there's a problem with that one, too. Of course we're going to fucking... well, how did you word it? I want to get this right. Men have gross hobbies. So do you. Women have gross hobbies, too. Let's be honest here. But men are savages. We're supposed to have gross hobbies, right? Sexualize female characters in games. Are you fucking jealous? By the way, won't date me indiscriminately is hypocritical because people are like this, by the way. It's hypocritical because female characters in games, especially in 2010s, were meant to be attractive, skinny or in shape. They looked beautiful. They made them very sexually appealing, right? Sex sells. It's been a thing for God knows how long. But yet women get pissed off when you wait and date them when they're 500 pounds overweight. I'm sorry. I don't want to date your diabetes. Who the fuck would? I'm 39 years old. I think I have a right to be picky in who I'm dating. Because remember, 38 years, no one would give me a fucking shot to begin with. Y'all a bunch of fucking hypocrites, if you want my honest opinion. But think about it. Women won't date me because, oh, you're not rich. You don't make six figures. You don't have a six-pack, and you're not at least 6 feet tall. By the way, whore, okay? Second of all, because honestly, why should my bank account mean anything to you as a woman? You should love somebody for who they are, not what's in their bank account. And if you're sitting here saying, ooh, you need a six-pack, be 6 feet tall, and richer than shit if you be worthy. Well, at my age, at 39, being sick and tired of waiting for a decent woman to come along, I think I could be fine being single. Let's have a war of the sexes, if you get my drift, right? Because at this point in my life, I don't want to date someone with more diabetes than my entire bloodline combined. Ha ha ha! And that's fair. If you could be a picky little bitch, I could be a picky fucking asshole. That's equality. But they'll do that. They'll say, he won't date me indiscriminately. He must be gay or a pedo or something. That's not what it is. We just don't like you because you're fucking huge. And there's a lot of women who are like that also. Some people don't like all that fucking metal in your face. I don't care if you're a liberal or a Democrat. I really don't. Some of them are the best people in the book at this point. But the amount of piercings that they do is insane sometimes. Also, like, people like to bitch about guys not smelling and looking like fucking Prince Charming. You ever look at a woman who's just as gross? You ever seen the ones that have the giant belly flabs? Have you seen those people? There's a lot of them where they have belly like hangs 15 feet past their pant line. No one wants to. You're just not appealing at that point. So it's not that we won't date you indiscriminately. It's just that you're fucking gross, you know? And we're allowed to have standards. Men want something that's attractive, and sometimes having a belly flap that goes 10 miles over isn't attractive. No one finds a neck beard attractive. You know what men do to hide that? They grow a beard. Women can't do that. So if you have a neck beard, I'm sorry, they're going to have to discriminate. That's just how the world is. Also, it's funny. There is a large chunk of the American population, I would be guessing pretty damn close to half. We're the bad guys, yet Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris were never voted president. So that means every time we've ever had the opportunity, they were never voted president. You know what's funny? Women didn't vote for them either. But we're the bad guys. Fuck them. Let's see. And now it's men or gross, creepy incels who will someday snap and unalive a bunch of people and vote out of spite because they won't let us tell them they suck. Well, that's also true. D-Chat, you're always spot on at this point, you know? I think the reason why they're incels is because women, a lot of the times nowadays, are fucking heavily outweighed by the assholes in their own friends group. I mean, think about it. Let me give you a shining example. We're talking about this, by the way, in case you're wondering, because of the mission that it has heavily involved in this whole feminism thing, which is hilarious because we knew these things were here, but I didn't think they're part of the main quest. It's fucked up, right? So, incels, right? Incels. Do you know why incels exist? Okay, so let me give you a classic example. This has been such a widespread thing that after a while it has a whole effect on the entirety of the population. I used to know somebody named Vivian. Do you know why Vivian was a fucking... Oh, I will never respect that bitch. Ever. Vivian Rant. She lives in Placentia, California. We went on a blind date. It was set up by our mutual friend at the time, Brittany. Brittany became a raging drunken alcoholic who treated everyone like crap, and Vivian had put this out there as well as me. So we both had the same opinion that Brittany was a bitch. She used to be this beautiful person, but alcohol destroys people. She was also extremely aggressive on alcohol, so going back to the original point, right? Anyway, before she became bitch of the century, Vivian and me were set up on this blind date, right? And I didn't know what she looked like. I didn't know what she was like personality-wise, nothing. But on this blind date, she had no chin and a face that only a mother can maybe love if it were to wear a paper bag over its head. With a face like that, I'm betting her mother put a plastic bag over her head to kiss her goodnight. Holy shit, okay? Now, I know, that's... Okay. Just reel it in here. Let's reel it back in. Lock in. Calm the fuck down. I'm just trying to tell you what I witnessed, okay? That face was flat as fuck. Rocky Dennis comes to mind. Rocky Dennis was fucking sexually attractive compared to this woman. I can't look at a woman who makes me flaccid as fuck, potentially makes me sterile by looking at her, and want to be with that person. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. By the way, imagine if I had seen her naked. It's like anyone seeing Meg Griffin naked. Oh my God. My eyes would have fell out of my skull, and not in a good way. So, now that I've gotten all that off my chest after years of bottling that up, you know what Vivian's biggest problem was after that? If I can't have you, John, no one can. And then she would sit there and interfere in every relationship that I had. Because for some reason, I'm supposed to just think they're attractive when they're A, well more heavier set than I am, but also, what the fuck happened to your face? Did you get hit by a steamroller? Jesus Christ! Now, I know this all sounds like I'm being mean. I'm not. Men have a right to be picky. I honestly can't look at you and say, oh, look, it's like if you put a bunch of noodles into a steam broiler and they just became flaccid. I'm flaccid looking at Vivian. It's been that way for years, since day one. Now, where do incels come into the picture? Well, when you have a woman who treats a man like crap, he tries to destroy their life. By the way, Vivian was the OG bitch on that one. But then you also have this person who is got a fucking nasty soul. Eventually, men start to dislike women. That is a thing. Now, I'm not saying being an incel is a good thing. Oh, hell no. At that point, you've just given in to what they want you to be, right? But think about it. That's where these people come from. Because sometimes, and I hate to say this, Me Too is a bunch of bullshit. Sometimes women are trash, and sometimes they make all the rest of them hard to be around. I think the real problem is you have to weed through a lot of trash to find real treasure these days. But the feminist movement was a joke. It will always be a joke. And by the way, what used to be about equality is now about crapping on our existence. Bitches, if you hate us so fucking much, close your fucking legs for starters. Because remember, the only thing that's long and hard going in there is anything that resembles a penis. And if you're putting anything long and hard in there, you're a fucking hypocrite if you're a fucking feminist. Especially nowadays. Now, that being said, I know I just turned this into a political video from hell. That being said, I want to note two things. Feminists fucking suck. Because what used to be about equality is not anymore. And that makes you a fucking... And I think they need to hear that more often. Could you imagine me at a liberal campus doing a debate like Charlie Kirk used to? Except I would be a lot less polite about it. Unlike Charlie Kirk, I'm far more honest. Anyway, that is my opinions on all of that. Now let's go back to this fucking hilarious mission and endure the feminist movement for 5 more minutes. Just so we're clear on one more thing, I'm not against equality between men and women. I'm not. I think that there's a lot of hypocrites and a lot of ridiculous baggage involved in there. If you're going to be about equality, I support it. Where the fuck they are now, I don't. Let's see, we're going to go...